Hi my loves, welcome back to the channel. This is an unboxing. Finally, I have not done an unboxing on the channel for ages. And this is because I get so excited that I never make it to recording stage. I think I have one or two unboxings on my Instagram page. And there's one other video on my channel that I've done like maybe a year ago or so. But I really wanted to do an unboxing for this deck because yeah, the Aboriginal Dreamtime Oracle by Mel Brown. There's a couple of these decks. I think it's a set of 3. And a friend of mine, she has one of the other oracles, and it was so beautiful. But this drew me in because of the title Dreamtime. I am a dreamer. I get a lot of messages through dreams. I get prophetic dreams. I see through my dreams. So dream work is something that is important to me and something that I want to eventually get more in depth with as I grow my spiritual gifts. Welcome if you're a new viewer. I don't believe I said my name is Simone, the Moon Goddess. Welcome to the channel. All right, my love. So Dreamtime Oracle. Before I get into this, I want to read, because I did a little bit of research on what Aboriginal Dreamtime is. I'll read the back of the box before I go on. So it says, the Aboriginal Dreamtime Oracle is a gift from our Aboriginal ancestors and our channel from the universal wisdom of past caretakers of this ancient land. This set of Aboriginal Dreamtime Oracle cards are inspired by the close connection between the Australian Aboriginal artist and author's spirituality and her relationship with ancestors of the past. These cards were inspired by Australian Aboriginal people's Dreamtime stories for the purpose of exploring and clarifying issues that impact on our lives, together with celebrating the wonders of our successes. It says Mel is a Gunawal, I think the N is silent, Gunawal woman who lives in the Northern Rivers, Boonjalung Nation. Sorry if I destroyed those names, forgive me. But yeah, the fact that the cards have such a deep ancestral, or rather Aboriginal Dreamtime has such a deep connection with the ancestors, which is work that I'm also looking to delve deeper into as far as my readings, doing past life readings and ancestral readings, and this really drew me in. But I did a bit of research on Aboriginal Dreamtime that I want to read to you before I get on with the cards. All right, just so I can share a little more background. So it says here, Aboriginal dreaming. Dreamtime, or dreaming for Australian Aboriginal people, represents the time when the ancestral spirits progressed over the land and created life and important physical geographic formations and sites. Aboriginal philosophy is known as the dreaming and is based on the interrelation of all people and all things. The past of the spirit ancestors, which live on in the legends, are handed down through stories, art, ceremony, and songs. The dreaming explains the origin of the universe and workings of nature and humanity. It shapes and structures life through the regulation and understanding of family life, the relations between the sexes, and obligations to people, land, and spirits. So that's just a little bit on what Aboriginal Dreamtime or dreaming is. Let's get to the unboxing bit. I took the plastic off. I got these cards about a week ago and I held off till I was able to record this video. I really wanted to do this on the channel. So you have a nice sturdy box. All right, this is Rockpool Publishing. A nice sturdy box. This isn't going to crush. If you pack this to travel, the likelihood of this being crushed, I feel, is very slim because it's a reinforced type box. Okay. All right. So you have a book, and it's pretty substantial. It's a pretty substantial book with all of these beautiful So, well, it's funny that I opened the book to this page. It's the same photo, it's the same image on the box. It's the same image that you will see on the box. Inner Quiet, page 38. I'm going to read it because look more closely at what is happening around you, as you seem to have a limited view of what the situation is really about. Spend some time investigating your concerns, because a whole new horizon will appear before you once you start looking more closely. You will begin to understand that the wonderful choices you have before you were always there. You just couldn't see them. Okay. And I okay, so I'll run through the cards. Ancestral stories are some of the cards. Ancestral stories, ceremonial rites, creation, the deary, deep listening, dreaming, dreamtime learning, earth mother, emotional exhaustion, father of the sky. I love it. I love it. I love this deck already. The next page tells you in ways how you can use the cards. She has 2 options here. And then each, like I said, each you have 2 pages dedicated to each card. So it's a pretty substantial book. This was the one that I want. Actually, I want to get all of them because they're all beautiful. I wanted to get this Aboriginal Goddess Chakra Oracle, and then you have the Aboriginal Spirit Oracle. This one is the one, the Spirit Oracle one is the one that my friend has, and it's absolutely beautiful. I want to get that as well. I want to get the whole set. By the way, I have a wish list, just in case anybody was wondering. There's a tarot wish list, and it's always under under all of my videos in the description box. So just saying. All right, let's get into the cards. Ooh, these are the cards. All right. See, I told you I have not. I've held back. I've restrained myself just so I could do this video. All right, so they're all slippery. They are glossy. The card stock is pretty it's pretty thick, but it's nice and flexible as well. It does not feel as if it will lose its shape, to be honest. I feel like these will hold up, these will stand up. Nice beautiful colors. All right, so I'm going to go through each card. So you have Ancestral Stories is the first one. I love them so much. I can't wait to start working with these cards. Ancestral Stories, Ceremonial Rites, Creation. You have Didgery or Didgery. Is that the instrument? No, that's a... What's the name of the instrument? Y'all know the instrument I mean. I have Deep Listening, Dreaming, Dreamtime Learning. Ooh, I love the one that's coming up next. Earth Mother. And I love how they're like just simple. You have the artwork, and behind it is the ocean. Is that the ocean in the background or lake? Yeah, some of them. Okay, different. Oh, there are different images in the background. I just realized that there are different images. So you have the art, and they're laid over actual images from nature. Emotional exhaustion. This makes me think of the Five of Cups. Five of Cups, Five of Pentacles. Father of the Sky. Healing Journey. Hidden Learning. Inner Grief. And there are 44 cards. I don't remember if I mentioned there are 44 cards. So inner grief, inner quiet, So that's the image that's on the box. Insightful revelations. Internal strength. Men's business. Moon phases. Mother Nature's balance. This is a lovely one too. Mother Nature's balance. Patience. Peace. Preparation. This deck is just so beautiful, and I love how simple the cards are. You know, different people have different preferences. Some people like lots of images because it allows their mind to go deep. Some people prefer very basic images, some basic cards, imagery, very straight back. Some people prefer no imagery at all. I kind of just, maybe it's because I'm mutable, but I kind of just go with it. If I see a deck and I just love the artwork, regardless of if it's very busy, you know, full of images, or if it's very pulled back, very minimalistic. If I love the art, I love the art. So I'll go for it, right? And different decks then speak different languages to me. So I'm pretty I flow. I just love the artwork. Quiet stillness. We have rebirth, rejuvenation, respect, sacred beginnings. And anybody watching, do you have this deck? What do you think about this deck? Have you worked with this deck before? Sacred knowledge. Seasons change. Silence. Oh, I love this one. Sister stories. Sorrow. Soulful burdens. Sound of spirit. So these are very, very, very abstract and very stripped back. Spirit connection. But then she goes into a lot of detail on each card. So, you know, once you get the basis of the meaning and the story behind the cards and the interpretation of the cards, and then your own intuition flows in, and then obviously with the context of the reading that you're doing, I feel like this will open up so much. Thirsty earth. You have twilight shadow. Understanding. Women's wisdom. Final card is wondrous opportunities. So those are your 44 cards. I'm going to pull a card. I haven't cleaned them. If you are unfamiliar with tarot decks, oracle decks, when you first get a deck, you should really clean it. You can do that. There are many different ways, whether that's smudging, you know, smoke, using different types of smoke, Palo Santo, rosemary, incense, to clean the deck. You can also put it in the moonlight, put it in the sunlight for a bit. Some people bury it in the earth. Crystals, use crystals, lay crystals on top of the deck to help clean it. I haven't cleaned the deck as yet, as you just, you know, you saw me take it out, it's brand new. But I feel like I want to just lay them out and just pull a card and see what comes out, and yeah, see. Now, when I first get a deck, not so much, well, maybe sometimes oracle, but especially tarot decks, I will do an interview. So I'm just getting chills as I said that. So maybe the cards want me to like start working with them. What I will do is I will interview the deck. I will ask it about itself, like the type of energy it is, the type of message that it will bring, the type of relationship that we could potentially create, what the deck thinks about me. And I'm telling you, every time I interview a deck, especially tarot decks, and I ask the deck, what does it think about me? The Hermit card will come out. And more than likely, it will come out reversed. No, I'm a Virgo. The Hermit card is Virgo's card. However, my Virgo is in the 12th house, and the 12th house is Pisces house. And I'm a Virgo, but inside of Pisces. So it's like I'm an upside down Virgo. It just makes me laugh every time it happens. But yeah, maybe I'm just a bit of a nerd. All right, let's see. I'm going to pull a card. I'm going to pull a card. Or maybe, you know what? Let me interview the deck whilst we're here. So what type of deck are you? What type of messages would you bring? Let's see. Deep listening. Deep listening. Let's read it. Let's see. So you see it's a tree, there's lots of roots. Let's see, deep listening. And when I opened the book, I saw understanding and patience. Everything is a message for me. Nothing's coincidental for me, ever. All right, so deep listening. It says the bush has become quiet, no noise at all. The birds have flown away and the animals have run to safety. Suddenly the wind picks up and there is a smell of smoke in the air. The smoke becomes thick and the surrounding temperature rises quickly. Then the bush explodes into fire. The fire consumes everything in its path, and as it passes its leaves, the bush scorched and burnt, void of life. Then slowly the smoke disappears and the burnt trees and ground begins to cool. Silence returns as if in respect and anticipation for the new landscape which will begin to be created. The silence remains for many months. Then as the new leaves begin to shoot forth from the once burnt trees, life slowly begins to return to the bush. As the food begins to grow again, the animals return, and the bush is different to when they escape the flames. The animals find new homes to live in and quickly adapt to their new surroundings. So that's the story behind this card. Now the Dreamtime messages. You may be feeling desolate and displaced right now. You have been through a really rough time and may wonder if there's any end to it all. There is, and it will be here soon. Just give yourself a bit more time to grieve the loss, as your heart needs time to heal before it can grow from this experience. In the next week, you will just wake up and realize that things have gotten better and your heart has begun to heal. Wow. So deep listening. So this deck, I feel, is going to be very healing. The messages are going to be very healing. I'm getting chills as I say that. Deeply connecting to whatever questions, whatever issues, whatever I might be going through, or whatever I might be reading for you guys or a client. The energies connected to this deck is a very nurturing type of energy that I'm getting, connecting deeply to whatever energy we might be feeling at any point in time. Deep listening. Chills. I'm getting so many chills. But I've not cleaned this deck, so calm down. We will get there. We will read with this deck. Yeah, I really look forward to using this. Drop a comment and let me know how y'all feel about this video. How y'all feel about this deck. If you have this deck or other decks from Mel that are within the series, let me know how y'all feel about the energies. Do y'all feel like the artwork, like how the deck speaks to you? So I'll end it here. Thank you for watching, and until your next video, my loves, take care. Bye.